Okay, well, we're suited up and ready to go, so we will get this show on the road. If you want authenticity, you have an attention span longer than a Vienna sausage, then you're gonna love this. That's all I gotta say. But we're losing daylight. Oh, that shouldn't have been off camera somehow. Oh well. And hello to any new viewers on the channel. Good to see everybody. Good you guys all showed up. So what I'm doing today is I'm heading back out to Intuition Point. There's treasure at this area for 100%. We're not sure if it's at this exact location. This was a gut feeling I had. That's why we call it Intuition Point. Wherever they are, I want to check this real bad, but I've got to remove a couple old trees that died on top of this thing, which again isn't surprising. The only dead trees are right around the target, and that's what happens often when you have gold deep, is the ion field or the radiation off the gold itself will actually kill foliage sometimes. But we're gonna go and check that out and try to get that hit again, try to knock out the two trees that are in the way so I can bring the big loop in and get it over that and actually do a grid area with it. So you're not going to see any fancy shots of me doing anything weird or prepping or anything, or we're just gonna blow out and get there as soon as I can. You know, a lot of guys make videos and they dress it all up and they do a lot of the shots where they set the camera down and they go walking toward the camera, and I've done that, but to be honest with you guys, I really don't have time for all that stuff. So if you want to be here, we'll do it like it's real. I don't have a cameraman with me. I'm alone today, except for Pandora. I have Pandora with me, which is good. And being fall and in New Mexico, the weather could change extremely quickly. So we kind of got to be ready for that. Throw a couple things on board here real fast for weather. Give me our jacket. So I didn't bring a light with me, but I did bring Pandora for company as well as protection, I guess. And so Pandora has a light on her. I know you guys have asked a lot of times what Pandora is. Everyone wants to know about her, all that. So when they see her, everyone wants her, whatnot. She's hot. No, no. The Pandora is just a 22, but she's built and she takes 2,500 FPS rounds minimum, and we shoot 40 grain. So they're supposed to hit pretty hard. They hit good enough. Let's put it that way. Say they hit with as much force as the 30-30 at short range because they're so fast, but that speed doesn't last long. Yes, we got old Pandora today. Keep things right with her and get this show on the road. I don't have much time. The daylight's going to go away fast. Like I said, I don't even have a flashlight except on her, so I'll just have to see how this works out. Yay. And for, like I said, the ones that have never been here before, I'm not a content creator, I'm a doer, right? There's actually two differences. Or two ways, I guess there's a difference. There's people who go out to make content, and there's people who make content about when they go out. And so the ones that go out to make content are the ones that got all the cool camera angles. Everything sounds great, everything's cool, flashy, cutscene to cutscene, a lot of B-roll footage. But the guys that go out to document what they're doing for real and don't do this to make the content is the bracket I kind of fit in. Well, that wasn't good. I just dropped my 30-year-old White's detector down that bluff right there. Which, I mean, it happens. Blither an idiot here. But so I have a little trepidation about coming out here ever since Billy shot that thing that rose up on 2 legs and took off. It kind of gives the guy, makes him hesitate a little bit coming back out alone, because what do you know that can have a grown calf down, and they weigh in the hundreds of pounds, and be chewing on that, and then, sorry about that, and then when you shoot it, it gets up on 2 legs and runs away. And we've had something throw rocks at us and make goofy noises, and it always seems to be hanging right around Intuition Point, the main site. So, yeah. Other than that, this is beautiful country. I've never ever been intimidated to go anywhere out here. But just seeing as it may have already taken a bullet, that doesn't make for the best, friendliest creatures as far as that goes. Well, that's kind of a sad state of affairs. The detector is completely dead, man, and I just put 3 9-volt batteries in it. That's not cheap these days. And I guess during testing the other night, it was late, I must have left it on. You can't hear it when we're doing testing, so if I did, then I killed all the batteries, which is a shame. So all we're carrying now to do scan work with is the Octorelic monster, which is a wonderful machine, but I was really hoping to do some just general detector scanning out here. I just really want to keep covering this area since we've already pulled period artifacts. You know, it's crazy because the steel was originally probably imported from Iberia. It's probably been repurposed a few times, but okay, so we're just getting in here on site now. Should be pretty cool. Boy, getting the fall change, just beautiful colors. Out on the river bottoms are just starting. So I'm still gonna have to come out and work that other side too. You can see there's a ramp that goes down and then back down in that big flat spot. So when work like this was being done, they might have had 70 or 100 burrows tucked in here, and they need, for one, somewhere they can cross the river that's not mud. And this is probably on this bend, on the front side of this bend, is probably a good place for that. Right over here, because the Canadian, and down here where there's rock, because the Canadian can get, and I don't mind you knowing what river this is on, no big deal. Nobody's gonna step into this, but not without catching a bullet anyway. But yeah, so this river frequently has 8 or 10 foot of bottomless mud in it. So I see tracks from something right there. Looks like a cow, but they don't come from anywhere or go to anywhere. That's pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys can make that out down there right in front of those steels right there. But yeah, those are tracks. Does the camera zoom? No. Okay, but anyway, this is where we're at. And this whole place needs to be worked because it's all heavily monumented in real ancient form. Could be pre-Aztec. Early Spain was chasing pre-Aztec stuff down, and then everyone thinks it was Spanish, but this is the area right here where I was getting my major. And it is this whole area has actually recessed. So it's a big recess here in the ground. So there's a potential something could have caved in here, or there's a crack or fault that they naturally followed in. But there's definitely a depression here in the center, kind of where it shouldn't be for this edge. But anyway, I just hope nothing comes out of that canyon and says hi, and I'll be a happy camper. As you can see here, we've got the Octa relic monster set up in the 1 meter antenna configuration. And the first thing we're going to have to do, though, looks like, is take out a couple of these trees. So I may not be able to do it today, but I need to find out what I'm going to need to do it. A lot of times you can bust these things off like this one here. Once they die, the roots will rot out. They're not rooted into much, but this rock surface, these might pop out. So I'm going to try to work on these, get these two out of here so I can get the big loop over the top of this. If I have to, I'll pull those two as well. We'll see. Not able to get them today, at least I'll know what I need when I come back. So we'll see what it takes to get these out of the ground. But you can see the depression there. I don't know if you can make it out, but there's like a bowl-shaped depression. This whole thing has sank down. So everything else is, and this is a rock plate top, supposed to be solid rock, and it comes across here, dips down, and comes back up to the rock plate again. So we'll see. Okay, that was a lot of fun. A little bit of damage. Almost nothing compared to the damage from the cat that I had to help the other day. Ended up having to go to the hospital and get shots and whatnot. After 3 days it wouldn't go down. This is the first day I've been able to really move my wrist very much. So, but the cat's okay, right? Anyway, yeah, it was a blast. Okay, that tree's out of the way. The other tree next to it is too solid. It's in the boulders, so I'll probably have to cut it off. But I'm clear around it right now. I just have to go dig out this one bush. And once I get that bush dug out and eliminated, should be able to run the Octa relic monster over this and see what we get. So this should be really interesting. We'll see. So I went ahead and ran the 1 meter loop, and I'm getting response all over that area, but it seems like it's just out of range on this antenna, because when I tune it so I can pick it up, I'm kind of bouncing that effect. Blah 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 blah. It's not real stable, but the machine is generally extremely stable. So That could be because it's way down in there and I'm reflecting my pulse induction, my signal, my inductive electrons bouncing around all over the place between the stratigraphy down there and the target. So I stopped. I'm going to go ahead and munch some chow, and then I'm going to go ahead and set up the 2-meter loop and repeat what we did last time. Hopefully still get that hit hard and everything, and hopefully that wasn't an anomaly. I sure wish I had that other detector here. Can't believe what a faux pas. I was testing it. I should have guaranteed and verified that it was shut off, but I didn't. But yeah, that would have been really, really smart to do. This site has so much potential. You can just feel it, and it's surrounded by monuments that could be many thousands of years old, because they depict animals that are no longer with us, that are basically extinct. So if you're wondering what I'm munching these Archer beef sticks, because they're fermented. They're not like just cured, and you don't want to eat really cured meat. Fermented meats help your gut, help your whole trip going on. So these are super, super good. No, nobody's paying me anything. This is just what I'm eating. So a lot of people are always curious, like, what is he eating or whatever. But not that I eat on camera very often. Matter of fact, I usually don't eat on camera at all. But I don't have a lot of time, so I figured I better take this moment to share the update on what I'm doing, and as well go ahead and get something to munch. And plus, just a little company out here, get somebody to talk to. It's been oddly quiet. I haven't felt the heebie-jeebies or presence or anything yet. Kind of kept my eye out up canyon a little bit, but I haven't detected anything. So hopefully there's nothing in here. It's all good. You get busy doing this and you get concentrated, and that's when, you make yourself an easy target for whatever. And people just laugh and scoff. Oh, I go out all the time. But yeah, there's big cat out here and everything, and there's no people. And, if there's any people, they get shot at, so generally. So this isn't like your local USFS lands. These are hundreds of thousands of abandoned acres of private land that nobody gets on and nobody's seen, and they're still completely wild, basically. So things out here will still eat you. I mean, if you're an easy target, anyway. But, yeah, so we'll configure the big loop. Hopefully we skyrocket like we did before. I could still actually scan with the software, because I can do it through the phone's microphone, and do it with the online cloud version. And basically be sending it into our website, all the data live from the scan, and it'll go ahead and show up and everything. It'll scan. But if you get any ambient noise, like jets in the background or whatever, then it could show up in the data. Generally not. It'll generally work pretty clean. So I would just hold the phone and run the unit, and it would listen to what's happening, and it would record all that and go ahead and geomap all this for us, just using the phone. But we'll take a look and see. No telling. Cool. When I get back with lunch, then I'll reset this machine, and I'll get back with you guys. Okay, so we got the 2-meter ground loop set up on the Octorelic Monster. You see here, so it's a pretty good rig, pretty big rig. I would film while I'm doing it, but the camera will interfere with the field. So maybe I'll just put the camera down and see if we can't get a shot or two of actually running this. Maybe I can put it in one of these trees. Yeah, these rock plates are cool, huh? You can see the mud ripple from a few million years ago. This one's really neat. It's probably, I don't know, ½ inch thick or so, if that. Isn't that cool? Look how big that is. Fossil mud ripples. That'd be beautiful just hanging on the wall. Gorgeous. That stuff's everywhere out here. But yeah, I'll try to see if we can't maybe just kind of hook this dude in a tree somehow. See what the tree will hold for us here. Okay, I just made a huge circle all the way up top, and I'm not getting anything down here. So, I mean, there's some signal echo, but I'm not getting anything that would qualify for a major hit. So I'm probably gonna, unless we have just free time to image this, I'm not even gonna bother. What we are gonna do is on the way out of here, we're gonna go up top to where the camp is, where I found the old axe head, right next to where we found the chisel and the crossbow arrow tip, and then we'll go ahead and run this big octa loop up there. I might even just fold it long, stuff it in the pack sticking out 8 feet, and just walk over there because it's not that far. But anyway, yeah, so I'll probably do that. We'll get it all tossed in the pack and sticking out crazy. Should look like flag poles or something. Little bird behind me in the tree. Cool. Yeah, let me shut this down and we'll continue on. Okay, so we're gathered up. I'm just going to loose pack the octa relic monster right now and basically just carry it over there just like this. It's not that far, so it should be a pretty easy walk. I mean, I don't have to break it all down. It's really easy, but save time. And I'm just about to lose daylight. It's going behind the horizon right now, so we got about half hour or something like that, and I'll be walking in the dark, maybe a little more. So let's get it on. Okay. Well, we're almost there. All right, so this is the zone. Yeah, the chisel was found just off here, crossbow arrow tip just above that, and then up here on the flat where it's all this nice dirt, not a lot of rock. It's actually mostly kind of a red sand. You got these long flat rocks all by themselves, kind of like sitting benches. In fact, they're perfect. You've got another one right here, and then I found the axe head right in front of that one. It's like somebody sat down and got dropped and they never got it again. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drop gear real quick and run this octa relic monster over this pad, and then try to pack it up and get out of here before it gets dark. Okay, now we should be set up, and we'll go ahead and run this and do a quick scan. Does seem to be something hot over there. A lot of little something. Okay, well, we're losing daylight really fast now, so I'm gonna have to get this thing packed up and get out of here. I won't get out of here till after dark. Like I said, I don't have a flashlight except for the one on Pandora. So, but anyway, thanks you guys for coming, hanging out with us, checking this out. If you're a first-time viewer, subscribe. You have to hit the notify and then all notifications, or they won't tell you when we post or when we do anything. So make sure to do that for us. Share this stuff if you can, that helps a bunch. But liking the video and things gets the information out there, and since we're doing it trying to share the real history and not just treasure hunt or whatever, we're revealing the hidden history in North America while we do this, because none of this was supposed to ever happen. So thanks for being with us, thanks for helping share this stuff, and I want to say thank you to all the patrons who have hung out, stood with us, backed us up, and just hung there for this whole time waiting for me to come back and do our thing. And there's going to be some Bigfoot work coming up. I actually have a conference here on November 10th, just in a couple days. It was real late notice, late invite. It's there in Albuquerque, New Mexico. You can check on that for details on Facebook. It's called the New Mexico Bigfoot Bash. I'm not sure where else they're advertising, but anyway, you can hit that up, or just know some of that stuff's coming in the future. But we really want to get our GeoPro 3D software knocked out and out there in the public, get people finding things. And of course, you know, we've got a couple sites where we need to get the money risen up and get the time, which is time is money, money is time, so I can get out here and actually do the finite location excavation on one of these targets. So cool. Thanks for staying with us, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.